Video. Hi, and welcome back to Pelican Crafts Long Beach. I'm here today to show you a brand new kit by Paperomia. But first, let me tell you who I am. I am Brenda. I am a paper crafter at heart, and I'm also a design team member for Paperomia. They came out with a new paper pack in May. It is just gorgeous. All the vivid colors are just really very pretty. There's 12 sheets to the pack. Along with printing at full size, I did print it in multiple sizes. This was 4 to a page. I have 3 pages of 4. This one is 12 to a page. This one is 6 to a page. There's 2 pages of 6, and then I did a real tiny 12 to a page. I have ideas for all these, and we're going to start playing and figuring out how I'm going to use them. Along with that, Paperomia needs just a little bit of help with some cardstock. So I chose Very Vanilla, Moody Mauve, and Garden Green. All of them are from Stampin' Up. They are lovely colors, and all 3 colors are in every page. So we'll be using those. And what we're going to do is we're going to make a scrapbook page. I want a 2-page layout. This is page number 1. I used 1 sheet of the pastel mauve designer paper or digital paper, and I cut it out and I put it on the garden green as a topper. I then made a belly band using some of my smaller prints, and to tuck under the belly band I made this little fold-out journal. I fussy cut this. It's actually one of the images on one of the papers. I just shrunk the paper down to the size I wanted, and then I cut the Moody Mauve paper to fit it. On the inside I fussy cut another image so I could make pockets. And then these are some of the smaller ones that I had printed, and these are great for little journal cards. Say you went to the beach and you said like snow cones to remind you what you did there, or maybe you took one of the little boats out and you wanted to do that. So you could just have little ideas. On the back is a tag with another image that I cut out of a big size sheet of paper. I just chose what part of the paper I wanted. I layered it on Very Vanilla and then onto the garden green, and on the back I had some notebook paper, and I just attached a piece of notebook paper, and I made a little pocket to tuck it in. On the back side I put a larger sheet of the lined paper with some images cut out from the kit for more journaling. So that one was easy. Oops, if I can get it back in here. There we go. You know, they say it's going to be difficult. It's going to be difficult. There we go. And on this side of the page, I made 2 photo pockets. I put these little cards in here just to show you that pictures can fit under here. One thing I didn't do that I kind of wish I had have done was I used these long strips of thicker 2-sided tape thingies, and I put it all around so I could pop it up. I also popped it up with the belly band to give the room for the little journal thing to go in. I put it all the way around. If I was to do it again, I would probably leave the top open, because you could put in tickets from a movie or a flyer that you picked up. I don't know. If this was a baby book, maybe some baby hair back there. It's just, the ideas are endless that you can do. Anyway, this page is complete. I am going to have it on my blog, pelicancrafts.blogspot.com, with more detailed instructions and how to do it. Now, take into consideration that the sizes that I am going to be showing you and listing on my blog is the sizes I chose to use. If you want this picture a little bit bigger or a little bit smaller, you can print it that way and then cut your paper accordingly. So you don't have to make it the exact same size. I am making it. So we're going to set that off to the side. I'm going to set the pretty paper off to the side for the moment. And we're going to bring in our garden green. Now our garden green I'm going to be cutting so that I can make a header like I did on the first page. I got my notes here, let me get them out. We're going to be cutting it 8¼ inches by 2¼ inches, and that will fit on an 8½ sheet of paper just perfectly. So I'll bring out my cutter, which also happens to be from Stampin' Up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut off my 2¼ inch paper first. So I go 2¼ and I cut that off. I'm going to set the other aside for use down the road, and now I'm going to be cutting 1/4 inch off this. So if you look on here real close, that is 1/4 inch right there. So I'm going to be cutting that off. Put that over for trash. I'm going to bring in the Very Vanilla, which we're going to be putting that on. And see how that layers on there just right. Just gorgeous. Okay, so now what we need is letters. And I chose Lovely. I was going to do Beautiful Memories, but Beautiful, the die set that I was going to use, or I used on the first one, is just a little bit too big for Beautiful. So Lovely fits great, and Lovely Memories is just as good as Beautiful Memories. So we've got our dies. We're going to put this over to the side. Then we're going to choose which sheet of paper from the kit we want. And you can kind of lay the dies around and see, do I want lettering? Do I want just flowers? You can pick and choose where you want to put the dies. The Big Shot that I'm going to be using is a Big Shot die cut machine. It's sold by Scrapbook.com, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, you name it, it's everywhere. But there are many other type of die cutting machines out there. Stampin' Up has a new one called the Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. It actually folds up. Let me get the Big Shot real quick. This is the Big Shot. Love it to death. It's a workhorse, but it takes up a lot of room. Stampin' Up, on the other hand, came out with their Stamp and Emboss machine, and this is the baby one, so keep in mind this is not the same size. This is their mini one, and those legs fold out. Their big machine does the same thing. So it takes up less storage when you're not using it. It's great. This is super for doing real simple die cutting that you don't need a bigger machine for. The bigger machine will take up to 6-inch wide paper, and you can get a lot of cutting done on 6 inches. So before we do that, let's choose our paper. Which one are we going to use? I kind of like the words. Kind of maybe want to use the words. Oh, this is gorgeous too, though. See my dilemma? I'm having trouble figuring out which page I want to use. Oh, this one has words too, and it has the mauves and the purples and the greens. You know what? I'm going to go with the top page. I'm just not going to put myself through that. I'm just going to go with that. So what I need to do now is to cut this down to where it will fit through the machine. Now normally if you cut it at 5½ inches, because this is 11-inch paper, that'd put it there and it'd go right through this picture or this flower. So what I'm going to do, if I cut it here, that's going to give it 6 inches here and 5 inches here. which will work. So we'll cut that through, and we're not cutting that much of the flower off on top, so we can still use that. So I'm going to put that off to the side, kind of come over here and get my Big Shot all set up. The Big Shot comes, you can get a magnetic platform with it. You have two plates, one for the bottom, because when you run your scooch that up there. When you run your die through, it's going to cut. You can tell this is a well-loved sheet of plate because we have used it a lot. So I'm going to come in here. I think I want part of this flower and part of that green going up for lovely, for the L. I think I'll put the E there. I think I'm going to put the O here. I'm going to give a little bit more of the wording on the Y, and I think I'm going to come over here and use this for the V. All right, we have it all set. Now I just need to get the second plate. We're going to put our plate on here. Let me move this back a little bit. Going to put our plate on here. Then we're going to crank it through. Of course, my hands, there we go. We're going to crank it through. I like to do it twice. You don't have to. That's just a pet peeve of mine. I like to do it twice. So we're going to put this guy on the floor. He's not going to be used again. We're going to take off our paper. As you can see, some of the letters fall out already. Take off our dies. Put them up for use another day. Oops. And the paper just punches out really, really easy on those. Actually, I'm going to stick them right there so I don't lose them. So now let's bring this back with our green. Then we're going to figure out how we want to space it. Since it doesn't take up the full sheet like the memories did, we can kind of put it anywhere we want and do whatever we want with it. Oh, I need another L. Lovely needs another L. Oh, I forgot all about that second L. That's why you double check yourself. Okay, so we're bringing the Big Shot back. We're going to put the paper in here and see where we want that L. Nope. Just not enough space. The L would be chopped off. So I'm going to bring in this one. And I think I'm going to catch, I think, what do I want? What do I want? Well, you know, I have lettering. I may go down here and do this. Catch that for some more lettering. This guy up. All right, here we go. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. We'll play with the spacing, get it just right, and then we'll glue it down. Be right back. Hi, I'm back. I punched out all the lovelies. I glued them down. I added them to the very vanilla cardstock. And then I made two. It's actually a double sheet, but it's two 4x6 picture holders. And what I did is on the back side of the designer paper, I went ahead and put where you could journal. And then I put a little sticky note saying, yeah, this is where the photo goes. And I did that on both of them so that there's plenty of journaling about the pictures that you took. Then I cut out these Tim Holtz flowers out of one of the sheets of paper from Pastel Mauve and just decorated it. I think it turned out good. I hope you like it. I'm going to go get the other sheet and I'll be right back and we'll compare. So here is a 2-page spread. Lovely memories of an occasion that's special to you. Plenty of journaling spots on the first page. 2 lovely picture places. Then we have our little fold out journaling area on this page, along with 2 smaller pictures that you could put on. So total we have 4 pictures, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we have 3 different things we can journal, although all these have little bitty ones in them. So actually there's a lot of journaling spots. I hope you like this. Please come back and check out Pelican Crafts at Long Beach, and be sure to go on the Etsy store and look at our designer paper people here. I'm having a bad moment. Paperomia. I think you really love the images she has on her Etsy shop, and be sure to check out the other people's blogs. I'm going to be listing on my blog so that, or their websites, their YouTube channels, so you can see everything that was created out of these lovely papers in the month of May. Well, I hope you come back next month. We're going to have another lovely set of papers to work with, and I'm sure you're going to love them. Thanks for coming by. See you soon.